Hello, everybody. Welcome to the You Are Worthy Network on a late Friday afternoon. Hope everybody's had a tremendous week full of blessings and happiness and joy coming your way. I'm super excited today to tell you about our guest. Well, she can certainly tell you about herself, but I get to introduce you to her. And I'm glad you all are here to watch this with us this afternoon. Let me introduce you to Kim. If I could get my phone to work. Kim Kasparian draws from 32 years of professional sales and marketing, along with personal trials and triumphs in a very competitive industry such as telecommunications, direct sales, and corporate staffing. She shares the savvy and strategic tips to delight, inspire audiences to network in powerful, productive ways that create the clients they desire with the revenue they deserve. People have heard her speak, call her the success genie, has her magical ability to guide them to success levels beyond their imagination. She provides tangible, measurable, simple action steps that motivate and inspire audience members to create 6 and 7 figure revenue leaps within 12 months while creating peace in their spirit, joy in their heart, and profit in their pocket, all at the same time. She has addressed national audiences via radio, magazines, seminars, and webinars. She receives rave reviews for inspirational and simple approach to creating success on your terms. Kim, welcome to the You Are Worthy Network.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
I'm thrilled that you're here. Um, I have to, before we jump into asking Kim some questions, just to preface this, I have to say Kim was my business coach and is still a mentor. I worked with Kim myself personally for 9 months, and I was so pleasantly, well, I don't know, if surprised is the word, but I was so overjoyed that her approach to coaching isn't just the work. It's she has some techniques that puts your life first. And I'll let her get into that as she explains it a little more. But I really benefited from utilizing her as a coach because she puts a heavy emphasis on the things that you love, your family, your hobbies, and your mindset. And I needed a lot of work on my mindset. She's probably about to laugh, but she
Great memories,
helped
Steve. Great
she
memories.
she helped me a great deal. Anyway, Kim, tell folks where you're from. What part of the we got people watching from all over the world. So tell people what
Hello,
part of the
world.
world you live in.
Hello, world. I'm in the northeast part of the United States. If you know where I that is, or you know what the states are, I'm in that little tiny state called Connecticut. Next, as people who aren't from the northeast, oh, that New York state. Yes, that's me. That's me.
Connecticut. I mean, so mid-September, people have already ditched their shorts and their flip-flops, right?
No, not yet. No, we're
Not
holding
yet.
on. Yeah, no, we're holding on. It's now that the nights are cool, but no, we still got our flip flops on. And if you're like me, that you even have them on all the way through the December.
Yeah, there you go. I like it. I like it. Okay, so Connecticut, tell us a little bit about your family.
My family, I come from a very large Armenian family that's now like the United Nations because we've got Greek, we've got Spanish, we've got Puerto Rican, we've got Canadian, we've got a whole UN nation. But the way I would explain my family is a cross between the Adams family and my big fat Greek wedding. That's how you would know my family.
That's hilarious. Now you've been married for a long time, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be next year, it'll be 20 years. And
Oh, wow.
we've been together for, let's see, I think 26, like 2001.
Okay. That's, that's a
Long
great
time.
milestone. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome. So tell everybody what you do. How did you get into business coaching? What did you do before? Just kind of tell us who you are and what you
Oh,
do.
geez. All right. You ready for some popcorn and a show? Um, so before I got into this, I've been in sales all my life. At 12 years old, I started my own babysitting business. I was the best babysitter from, two neighborhoods around. Um, Found myself in sales by accident. That's a story for another time. But found out I was really good at helping people make decisions. And I white knuckled sales for a long time until I realized sales was just helping people make a decision. And I learned that while I was in sales, but also waitressing. Little tip: if you're afraid of selling, go like do something like not related, like waitressing. When I was serving like the mayor of the city and doctors and lawyers, like in my young years, and they couldn't decide if they wanted a burger, salad, or fish, and they needed my opinion and expertise to help them decide, I was like, huh, that's my job. Just help people make decisions and get them where they want to go. So I did that for many years. And through lots of different things different twists and turns that life has, which Steve will bring in a bit. Um, I got laid off and decided to start my own business, teaching people what I know, that success is our birthright and delays are not denials. And I just loved being a business owner being, even as a salesperson, having control over my schedule and to be where I needed to be. Like, I'm very family oriented. So during that time, my grandfather was ill, and not being able to have to beg for time off and be able to be there with him and just do everything that I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. And I had the relationships, but not the degree. I wasn't Anthony Robbins. Didn't have a PhD, but I did have a reputation for tripling revenue in 90 days or less. So I basically took my personal story, which is like the best movie, like, Stephen King drama that you'll ever, like, exciting drama that you ever want to read. And at the time, my 17 years of sales experience building relationships. And I went out and talked about it and networked my way to six figures and beyond and millions of dollars throughout the years to today, which I still build my business the same way. So I teach entrepreneurs who are who made sales, who they know how to do what they do, and they're brilliant at what they do. They want to scale to seven figures, but every time they try, they burn out. They make expensive hiring mistakes. They find that they're not happy. It's not working for them, and they end up burning it down six or seven times before they get to me. I teach them
Mm,
how to make their life work, their business work for their life. Because I love being a business owner. I didn't know at the time I'm a business strategy ninja. But what I was called to me is that I could live my life within my values while doing something I love to help other people. That's what brought me to start my own business. So I help other people do the same thing, make money with peace, joy, and profit all at the same time.
love it. Love it. And there's something you said at the beginning of that explanation that really resonates, I think, with the network is um, delays are not necessarily denials. And we
No,
even the subtitle of our group is "Your Story's Not Over Yet." So that really hits home that you said that. So how, I mean, share with us how your approach to this works, taking business, which people are looking for success, they're looking to have freedom in their life. So not putting business at the top, it's important, but you have found a way that works for you and many others where that business fits into the lifestyle that they want, right?
yeah, my humble opinion, that's the only way a scalable business works. Otherwise, you're sacrificing everything you ever wanted for a business. And unless you're Michael Keaton, those of you who are as old as I am remember Family Matters. I think it was Family Matters or Growing Pains. One of them. I forget. There's a Michael J. Fox played Alex Keaton. I forget.
Family Ties.
Family Ties.
Yeah.
And he was like a teenager, and he was like Mr. Businessman, like I want to have a business, I want to make money. Like he was like very unique, and it was all about business, and like he was basically like a freshman in high school, and like that's where his mind was. So other
Hmm.
than Michael Keaton, Michael Keaton, nobody comes out of the womb saying, I want to be a business owner. We don't. We have a dream, we have a calling, we have a passion, and either we see an opportunity to make money living our dream, or we find a vehicle that affords us the lifestyle to live our dream. So I knew at a very young age that the 9 to 5 lifestyle, traditional lifestyle, was not for me. So I was always looking for a better way to live my dreams. So that's how, but a lot of twists and turns, and I say delays are not denials. I didn't read that out. I didn't get that out of a book. I learned that in dramatic fashion. But I now impart that because I work with highly successful people who have done everything the right way. They've worked long hours, they've worked really hard, they're great pillars of their community, but they have no time for themselves. They can't read a book, they can't get to the gym, they can barely sit down to have dinner with their family, the family that they that they chose to create, that they love more than anything, but they find themselves not able to show up because they're strapped to a business or a job that are not giving them the returns that they're providing. So I always say, if your business or your job is not making your life easier or making you money, change it. And the problem I solve is a lot of brilliant business owners have been seduced into the wrong business models because they were told that's how it's done. And anytime you have a business model that doesn't support the life you love, it doesn't work. You can do it for a while, but when you try to scale it, or you get to the point where you're as successful as you can be, you either are stressed out and want to walk away or burn it down, or things start to fall apart that you don't really want to fall apart. You don't want to see fall apart. So what I do is I come in and see the gaps that you can't see. And there's always gaps. If you're not living the life you love, there's gaps. And I have a specific system called Have Fun, Get It Done, utilizing 7 what I call internal success skills that you were born with, that you probably don't even know you have, or you're using them the wrong way, that immediately everyone's like, I don't know how I did it, but I'm making more money working less. They now find a way to show up to the kids' recital, the kids' game, something, tennis, baseball, whatever they wanted. And they find that, like, I have more time and I'm making more money. How did this happen? And I'm having fun. So my system is called exactly what it is: have fun, get it done. Because I always say, if it's not fun, it's not getting done. And, all these years later, I'm like, I stand by it. So we make the fastest way to make revenue and profit is through having fun and building relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 2 secrets in the sauce. There's more to it, but those are the 2 secrets in the sauce.
Well, I'll say, and I know this is a hot spot for you, so we won't camp on it too long, but Kim's system works. There's a lot of stuff out there in the market right now, and it's oversaturated, and it's by people that are really good at, well, some of them are good at marketing, some of them are good at copy, but when you get, not all of them, but a lot of them, but you get in their programs and there's a lack of substance. And I can tell you, having gone through Kim's program actually 3 times, it's all meat. There's no fluff.
No fluff.
And
Yeah, I'm a no fluff zone. Yeah, like
you're a
O'Reilly's
no
the no
fluff
spin
gal for
zone.
sure.
Kim is the no fluff zone.
Right, right. And Kim, wouldn't it be fair to say one of many reasons that it is successful is you were doing this long before the digital age, right?
Oh yeah, I'm a dinosaur. Yeah. I think I was doing this probably like right after people started having like personal computers. 1999, I started my business. This business, yeah. So, yeah, before there was I grew up. I know you guys get the younger ones can't remember. There was no social email. There was barely LinkedIn. There was barely LinkedIn. There was the internet had just started. The internet had just started.
Yeah, what was that, like
AOL. All we
1994?
had was
Dial,
AOL.
dial up. That's right.
Yeah, so I built again. I never had a budget. Even when I was straight working for a company, they give me a phone, a bit like just like, make it happen. I had no marketing dollars. It was me, my mouth, and my belief in whatever I was selling. So I learned, and I didn't want to work 50 hours a week. I had other passions. I wanted to pursue other things. So I built my territories through relationships. And when I decided to start a business with no money because I got laid off, and they were like, Kim, we bought from you when you were in direct sales. We bought when you were in telecommunications. We bought from you when we needed employee, temporary staffing. Just tell us what you're doing. It's going to be great. So I say that relationships are they're my currency. But my message is for my business owners, relationships create revenue. Okay. So what you were alluding to is the online market. I was a coach before anyone knew what coaching was. I'd say I'm a coach. Like, what's that? Like, I'm like, you know Anthony Robbins? Yeah. Oh my God. That's all you knew. Coaching was Anthony Robbins, maybe Brian Tracy. Okay. Bob Proctor, but he was more of a speaker than a coach. So then the coaching industry. So I'm one of the pioneers of the coaching industry. Then, and which like we want to make everyone have coaching skills and tools. The market became crowded. And what you were speaking to is there's been a shift, and we're all talking about it. So I'm just bringing you guys all in to spill the tea. There's coaching, which is all about transformation. And then there's training, which is all about information, info training. A lot of stuff, what you see online is actually info skill set training. And training is a wonderful skill. We need trainers, but we also need coaches. And trainers share information in a very organized process way. So you can like see everything. What I found, even before we had, because I used to go sign up for trainings, of either be personal development or sales before we had all the internet stuff, right? We'd all be in a room doing this. I would always leave excited with lots of information. But when I got home, the implementation didn't go as smoothly as it sounded when I was in the room with these great, wonderful trainers. And a question would always come to my mind, like at 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm getting ready for my day. And I'm like, I don't think Anthony Robbins is around right now. I don't think I can call her. Like, oh, I don't know who I call right now to get this question answered. And even in my training in direct sales with Mary Kay Cosmetics, which Mary Kay was a huge personal mentor of mine, any direct sales company, the whole roadmap, everything you could ever need is right in front of you. And I was being taught by wonderful, incredible people, but their life was not like mine. They weren't dealing with the same circumstances. They didn't have the same economics. And no one was translating it to fit. Like they were telling their story. They were telling how they did it, which was great, but no one was there to help me figure out how to take that experience and customize it to my situation. Because I was always the youngest person in the sales team. I was always the youngest person amongst, people. So their life was at a far different level. I was just always like, hey, I'm just trying to survive here and see if I ever like have a life. So when I started this business, I thought about everything that I felt underserved by, personally, professionally, with the training and coaching that I received. And I decided to fill in all the gaps. So when I met people, because a lot of successful people, like we all are, have invested, by the time they get to me, they've invested in programs. Steve, you invested in programs before me. Some were great, some weren't. You're swimming in information. I come along and say, listen, do you like the information? Yeah, but it's like, I'm using it, I'm not using it, I don't even know what it is. Like, great. Let's see it. Let's take a look at it. I'll translate it. I'll fill in the gaps for you, and you'll go make money with it. That's usually how my relationships begin. And they're like, oh my God, you made this so simple. I'm like, not a problem. Go have fun, storm in the castle. Come back for coffee every once in a while. So that's
Yeah,
my story. How'd I do?
I love it. And you worked hard to build that from the ground up. And I know your story. I know your successes. I know some of the people you know. Um, and I love your method and your approach to business. But I also know there was times it came at a price. I know there was times when it wasn't easy. I know there was periods of time that were the wilderness for you and that you didn't feel so worthy of this success that you have now. Are you able to share one or two examples of that?
Sure. So before I was 30, before I started this business, and I was highly accomplished, I was managing other people's businesses at 18, 20 years old. So just, I was an adult first. Um, by the time I was 30, my life had been ripped out from under me physically, financially, and emotionally through assault, through car accident, and one other thing. So I was very goal oriented, had big dreams, and through three significant events, all before the age of 30, the avenues that I had chosen for myself were, let me just say, removed. Um, and I remember at 27, after being in a car accident, kid didn't see the light. Lying in my bed in so much pain I couldn't even move.
Mm,
Thinking I have no value because I can't work. I have no joy because I can't dance. I was a dancer and was on my way to go back to school to finish my performance degree. That was off the table. And I had just had surgery for endometriosis, which was, I wasn't in a relationship at the time. And being in a Greek Armenian family, if you're not married by the time you're 20, well, my God, what are we going to, like, how's she going to survive? Sitting there, not sure I'd ever be able to have children that I always thought I would have. It was not a fun time. I was not cheery. However, that was the beginning of my journey, realizing that success is our birthright, that we are worthy because we exist, not because of what we can do. And I was always a human doing. I was always working. I was always providing. I was always earning my keep because that's how I interpreted love to be. I had to earn it. I had to be it, do it. And through really miraculous, if you ever think God's not there, and I was really mad and I was not as respectful as maybe you'd want me to be. I let G know exactly how I was feeling about the situation. Um, one thing at a time, and I did not work hard for it. I was out. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not talking to you. But I just started taking one step at a time, thinking, well, my life is just going to be settling down, getting a job. He would put people in front of me. He would put opportunities that I swear to God, I don't know how they came to me. And he brought my dreams back to me when he thought it was right, in the better ways than I even imagined them before all of that. So I learned on a very personal, spiritual level that dreams never die. You sometimes have to give them up for them to be modified to fit who you are. So that was a huge, very defining moment in my life because I never understood settling down. I promised, I was like, I'm never settling down. Like, I'm gonna do what I want whenever I want. And I always made a way, even as a kid. These events, by the time the succession of them left me defeated. Like, okay, I guess I can't. Okay, I guess I just gotta get a job. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I was being prepared for here.
mm,
Um, And it was hard because people like, you left a business, Mary Kay, to come do this. I'm like, talk to the hand. You don't pay my bills, and God's talking to me.
Mm.
Back it up. What I learned, and that's why I impart to my clients, I didn't have the self-esteem at that time that I needed to be able to hold space for everyone else. I didn't have enough self-esteem, self-worth to allow the money that I steward now, because I not only steward my money, I help, clients make 7 figures, 8 figures, and help them live the lives they want. I had the knowledge, but I didn't have the foundation. One of the things I learned in my early 20s is the more money I made, the less successful I felt. That's a sign of low self-esteem. The more money I made, the more success that I created, I got more insecure. Like, oh my God, everyone's going to see that I'm a fraud. Like, it got so bad that I thought you could really see through me and see that I was like, it got that bad. That led me on a journey about what is this self-esteem thing about? And what is this belief thing? Because I was being blessed, but the more blessed that I was being, receiving, I was getting stressed.
Mm.
I had accolades from head to toe. I felt like there was a sinking pit inside. Like, oh my God, how much more of this can I handle? When are they all going to realize I can't do it? And it was awful.
Mm.
So these events that I thought were the end of my life was the pivot for me to learn in a very dramatic way. Success is my birthright. Dreams are never taken away. We don't abandon success. Success never abandons us. God doesn't abandon us. We sometimes step away. So life is always happening for us. And I didn't realize at the time, but it was calling me forward. The journey gave me skill set that I didn't have. It allowed me to upgrade my mindset in a way that needed to be upgraded. And I needed a better attitude and other skills. And I built relationships along the way that actually ended up being the wind beneath my wings to do things that everyone thought was like, how did you start a business with no money? And then when I built it all up and I made it and found my Prince Charming, and we thought we were going to have a happily ever after, and it was great. And the wedding finally came, and it was the wedding of the century because everyone wanted to be at the wedding because, like, oh my God, she's getting married. Oh my God. Didn't matter how much success that I created. She's getting married. Okay. On our wedding day, we found out all of our assets were embezzled. $3.6 million.
Oh my goodness.
Thought we were made it, semi-retirement by 40. MC Hammer broke. MC Hammer broke. It was a wonderful day, and I really understood God. Story for another time. Dramatic stories. God let me know, I got you. It's all gonna be great. And Ange and I sat down together, and he dealt with it much better than I. And we decided, you know what, this is going to be hard. 5 years is going to be really tough, but we're going to have fun. And if it's not fun, we're not doing it, because we did everything everyone told us to do. We did it the right way. You know what? We're going to work less. We're going to have fun, and we're going to get this done. And we were just doing that for our own sanity, but people started coming up to me, and I was involved in the real estate world. And they were like, I heard you got embezzled. I'm like, yeah. Oh my God, like I need to know what you're doing because I got embezzled too, but I don't look as good as you. And they're like, and they're like, what? I found out in real estate, it's a badge of honor to get embezzled. It means you're a real investor. I did not know that. I was ready to put my head in the oven in shame and light a match. But people started coming to us because of our mess. Hey, that's a big mess, and you seem to be handling it. Can you help me with this mess? It's like, yeah, okay. And I just started sharing our approach. Have fun, get it done. Well, what are you do? What are you doing? And I'm like, well, we're putting fun first. We're putting family first. We're deciding what puts peace, joy, peace in our spirit, joy in our heart, and profit in our pocket. Having fun, and that's our compass. And so everyone started practicing it with us. And within 9 months, made the 6 figures I needed to make to get us through everything. And we haven't stopped. And there's been a lot of life since then and now. However, I know I have a sustainable system. It's built on wonderful, incredible relationships that when I fall down, they're there to pick me up. You know, if I need them, they're there. If they need me, I'm there. And we just all grow together. And it hasn't been wine and roses. You know, I'm not sitting on the mansion on the hill, but peace, joy, and profit.
Huge, huge.
That's the
I,
short version.
yeah, I know a little more about that story. I I have to reiterate to you guys, you listen to Kim tell that story and who she's helping now and how many people she's helping now. Her story wasn't over yet.
No, it's still not over.
And your story's not over yet either.
No, no, you know, I have some, there's things that, you know, my friends and, you know, clients call Kimisms. I have a very unique way of saying things. I'm my father's daughter. He was a storyteller. He was a jokester. He would tell through humor. He called himself the jester, the grumpy jester. But I used to like, I remember saying to literally, I say, I talk to God and he talks to me back. Don't think I'm crazy. It's true. I usually talk to him on the couch and I'm like, hey, I know you got world peace, but I need to talk to you. And I just said to him, you know, in the car accident and with the start of my business, I'm like, I tried, I did everything and it fell apart. So I'm not, guess what? I'm not leaving the couch until you show me the way. You don't have to give me the burning bush. You gave that to Moses and you gave Noah the ark and Teresa the rose. You can talk to me through Oprah because I'm going to be watching it right after General Hospital. And I said, I'm not leaving here until you talk to me every day. Oprah would have say speak of a topic, or the guests would be exactly what I needed to hear. Or I said, if you want me to do something, make the phone ring. Hopefully not during General Hospital, but make the phone ring. Doesn't matter how down in the dumps I am, I'll shower and show up. The phone would ring, and I'm like, okay. If it didn't ring, I could do whatever I wanted. And when I started this business, the same thing, because I was too injured to like pound the pavement. I couldn't do that. I could not do that. So I just said, I'll go wherever you want me to go, but you got to bring it to me. And that's what the have fun system does. It allows you to be able to do what I did. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but I was just being a brat. I was like, I'm done.
Mm.
Um, but God has always provided. And my journey, the last car accident of 2000, yeah, the fun kept on coming. 2018, which for the first time I couldn't use my brain. My brain always worked. Um, brought me online, made me an international company. I thought I would need 20 years in a Genie jet. So everything through
Mhm.
messes come blessings. Um, that was, I would say, the past 8 years have been the wilderness, Steve. And I'm talking to this for a
Mhm.
reason, because I never doubted or felt, even on my most insecure days, that I couldn't connect to somebody and make somebody's, like, either, you know, make their life better by just being present to them or having a conversation. I just built my whole business, my whole life, sales business. Let's have a cup of coffee and talk. Just like the Armenians, like my grandmother. She's like, you feeling good? Okay, we'll sit and have coffee. Oh, you got a problem? Okay, I'll put food on the table, we'll have coffee. Right? Just whatever. We'll figure it out over coffee. And so I've always carried myself that way. Let's sit down, we'll figure it out. For the first time in my life, I couldn't be out there. I was concussed. I was banged up. I was having PTSD. So I couldn't have people in my space. I just physically couldn't do it. And I learned to do things online. Online felt a little wonky in the beginning. It felt like learning a new language, and technology is not my first language. Long story short, I was doing everything like you signed up for the programs, you're a good student, you always do your homework. I was doing it, going, this ain't fun. and it's not making me no money. Like, this ain't fun. Remember what I told you guys. If it isn't making your life easier, I'm making you money, ditch it. But I was like, I'm a genie in a bottle now. I got to make this work. Like, I don't have an option. I don't have the option. When I finally just found my center and said, you know what? What saved you every day and twice on Sunday? Relationship with spirit, relationship with community. Just talk and have a cup of coffee. It's like, okay. Found my way, found my voice through what I teach to just say, hey, nice to meet you. You want to talk? Want to have a cup of coffee? And just do what I always did in rooms. What's going on with you? What do you need? You need that? I know somebody. Okay. You want to figure that out? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. And long story long, I built relationships like you all around the world and learned to get, friendly with technology and realize it's not, the dark hole, the Darth Vader of the world. It's actually connecting me to people that I could have never imagined to meet.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. I can't just jump on a plane to have a cup of coffee in Australia,
No.
Or go have, some beignets in Canada. Right. So, but the disconnection, because I was always energized by people. It just was interesting. It was interesting. So I have very spicy things to say about that business model. And for those who are like committed, whether they like it or not, like me, we add a little, magic into it so that everyone feels connected. Because I don't know about you guys, I can be in front of the computer and think you all went away, that you don't love me no more. And then I walk outside and they're like, Kim, where you been? And I'm like, oh my God, like, So I don't know. I don't, let me know if you guys have had that experience. So there's something powerful about being connected to each other, feeling each other's energy, being in community with each other. And if you're online, primarily, I recommend you find your way to close those gaps, because it can. Yeah. I didn't understand how isolating people felt who were already online. I was last on the train. Like, I still miss my 8-track tapes. That's like how I am with technology. So what? Yeah. So it took me a
That's funny.
while to experience this wonderful cyberspace world. So
Yeah. So how many times have you been asked, when's your book coming out?
if I would be a millionaire. There will be a book and a movie, and I've invited Steve and everyone who's been on the journey, like, tell me which actor you want to play you, because like there will be a movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely could use some popcorn about right now.
Yeah. Well,
Kim, how do people find you? We're gonna put your links in the description when we're done, but how do people find you, and what are you working on now that excites you?
what excites me now is really just enjoying being in my life. The past 8 years, I've dealt with car illness, injury, 4 aging parents, which I had the gift and honor of caring for, helping them age in place and on their terms, and being Judy McCoy of the death boat, crossing them over with love and handing them over to the family on the other side. I am really excited to just find my new peace and joy. And I am on the business front. I am as excited as ever to work with established entrepreneurs who know that they can have a vehicle for their success and the life they love, but they're tired of working hard, and they've made the investments and they want their ROI. So people who want to grow with me and help make the world a better place, and who want to create 7 figures in 12 months, I am really enjoying those conversations and being invited into rooms like this to share my story and invite people to come work with me when they're ready. But I also have a wonderful community that is free that you are welcome to come be a part of. Um, I live on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. You know, I'm everywhere. You can Google me. I'm very Googleable. But I have a Facebook group called Business Owners Who Want to Scale. Steve has the URL, and you can reach out to me. I have a community that we all network. We get together and build relationship twice a month, and I make introductions, business introductions, personal introductions. Sometimes you don't need business thing, you need personal thing. I call them networking soirees. You come as you are, and by the time you leave, everyone knows your name. And that's where I invite people like me who know how to network and really want to build their business around relationships, so they're working less. But also I invite people who are like, I'd love to network, but no, I don't know how. Or they've been to the other BNI meetings or different, like, you know, my name is Kim, I want to lead. That's not networking. If you want to come experience what you've heard from me, join our community and you can experience it for yourself. I'll make introductions for you.
Yeah, that's really a strength of yours, is connecting the right people. And like Kim said, I've got the URL for that we'll put in the description here in a few minutes after we're done. Kim, it's been a treat to connect with you and to share you with the network. How about you leave us with one thought for folks to go into their weekend, leave them on a high going into their weekend?
All right. So I'll leave you with this. No matter what is happening in your life, good or bad, um, life is happening for you. Everything that your experiences is happening for you. Nothing is wrong. I want you to know and believe, because I always say what you believe is what you receive. And this is something I know. It's not a belief. That's what I know. Success is your birthright. That's why you're here. And I want you to just focus in on what peace looks like to you at this stage of your journey, what joy looks like to you at this stage of your journey. And focusing on those two will bring profit every single time. So there's different seasons. There's times for us to sow, there's times for us to reap, there's times for us when we're meant to be in the valley. So in those times, know that you are supported. Success did not leave you. You're being prepared for greater levels of abundance and success. And if you need support or you want to know what the 7 skills are that I used to get through these good times, bad times, strange times, crazy times, you just reach out to me and I'll make sure that you have your own little cheat sheet. How about that, Steve?
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Guys, I love you guys. You are incredible. And as I always say, no matter what you've been through in the past, and we're not minimizing it when we say that, but whatever you've been through in the past, you were worthy then. At your lowest, you were worthy of love, respect, and success. And whatever you're waiting on now, you're still worthy right this minute as you're waiting to receive it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my honor to be with you. It's my honor to bring you guests like Kim. I hope you guys are getting a ton out of it. It's really fun for me, and I hope you guys are getting a lot out of it too. You are worthy. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next time. I think we're good.
Okay.
I've only had one time where it actually did not go live.
Yeah, that happens.
And I'm like,
It's still recording. I don't know if it's live, but it's still recording. Oh, is it? Yeah. There
I
you
don't
go.
think it is.
Now it's not. The bell that went away. It ended.
The circle was, yeah, it was a little delayed.
It's okay.
Um, now you got me paranoid. Are we sure?
No, we're good. We're doing, no, see, it's saying it's recording. It's saying, hold on.
I
Hi,
think it's
guys.
done.
Well, it might be your cloud. You might not be live, but we're still on Zoom and it's recording. It's recording on Zoom.
Oh, well, hang on. Let me, yeah, let's see. That actually, Kim, you're right. We quit going.